So two of my stocks ended pretty red today. AMD was down over 8% and Nvidia was down over 5%. I'm probably not the first one to say this, but the market sucks. But even though it sucks, as a long-term investor, I'm still bullish. Again, I do believe maybe in the short term of things, stock prices can continue to get ugly and very, very volatile. But I do believe in the long term of things, I'm talking about 5+ years, these are times when I'm gonna get super excited that I invested at these levels. So today I want to take a closer look at what's happening with some of the semiconductor companies like AMD and Nvidia and why I'm still bullish in these markets. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for a lot of great links, and also my new tech channel where I post awesome tech news, so make sure to follow that.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
All right, if we take a closer look at AMD, the stock closed at $82.05 and is down about 8.12% for the day. Taking a quick look at its 52-week high, the stock is down roughly 49%. Like I mentioned, Nvidia is down 5.61% today, and from its 52-week high, the stock is down 53.26. So I want to say, right, what's happening right now in the market? A lot of fear happening right now with high inflation. High inflation tends to bring down consumer spending. Consumer spending means less money for companies. And even though AMD and kind of Nvidia do provide consumer products and consumer solutions, we are seeing that they are entering new markets. So we take a closer look at Nvidia's quarterly revenue trend. We can see now the biggest market is data center and the second biggest market is gaming. Gaming is definitely a consumer-based product at the moment, so there's definitely some fear in revenue going down. And if we take a closer look at AMD, we can see this is a company in their most recent year of 2021 made about $3.9 billion in data centers, $6.9 billion in PCs, and $5.6 billion in gaming. I do want to say maybe at the moment PCs and gaming are more consumer-based product, and maybe that's why there is a little bit more fear on AMD than there is on Nvidia, since a bigger portion of that total revenue is based on consumer markets. But if you guys have been watching this channel, we have talked that, hey, revenue in consumer is expected to go down. The great thing right now is we are seeing growth in enterprises in data center spending. So the real question is, how much offset can that data center, can that enterprise revenue bring? I do believe it kind of reduces the cyclicality of the semiconductor company, but right now I believe every kind of stock is getting hit. Unfortunately, today we did get hit with some, I want to say, more news that kind of bring more fear to electronics and semiconductor companies. There are reports that Samsung is temporarily reducing procurement up due to inventory pressures. So this is pretty much Samsung saying that, hey, they're halting some orders because they might have too high inventory. I do want to say Samsung is a very, very heavy consumer-based company, and I think this goes pretty well with what we're saying, that consumer spending is decreasing. And that's what these reports kind of agree with. But then if we take a closer look, TSMC, which is a company that designs chips, and in the most recent quarter, a big portion of the revenue comes from high performance computing, which deals with products like data centers, like cloud providers. And look, in their most recent month, they did grow 65% year over year. And that's that 2021 was a huge growth year for semiconductors and TSMC. So for me, I think it's super impressive. And at the end of the day, super bullish for semiconductor companies that TSM grew that strong year over year for May of 2022. The other thing, they do showcase kind of the year over year growth between January to May of 2022, and that has grown 44% compared to the same time last year. So again, I do believe these semiconductor companies are going to get affected by consumer revenue, but I do also believe that it's not going to be a complete turn down, as they are kind of getting that support from data centers and enterprises. And I don't know if I'm foolish or just a pure bullish in the long term of things. I do believe AMD and Nvidia in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, are going to be sitting at a lot higher prices than they are right now. So I'm not saying this is the bottom. Obviously, prices can continue to go down, but I do believe the reward in the long term outweighs the risk in the short term. But remember, my investment style might be a bit different. I have a longer range in my financial journey, and I constantly put new money to work in my portfolio. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.